Hello there everybody, Oyamon here, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where we have to go and solve a murder on Eridanios, wherever that is. I don't really remember. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember much of anything from when we were last playing this. It's been a good number of months. I can't even remember when it was last year I was playing this, but I literally haven't played the game since, because I was quite happy with my playthrough, and I was sort of getting an inkling to start a second playthrough, and then the DLC dropped a couple of weeks back now. So it was just a thing of, oh, okay, well, that gives me an excuse to get back into the game again. So, yeah, I haven't actually played the game since I last streamed it. So we are in the same file, same playthrough that we were in before. Yes, I'm still wearing all my stuff. Thank you very much. So as you can see, I literally haven't done anything. The only thing I did before I started streaming today was sort out my inventory partially. The thing was, the new DLC triggers by walking into the cockpit, so I can't travel to a place where I can sell shit. So I partially sorted out my inventory. I've got to sell a bunch of like weapons and gear and stuff that I don't actually want or need. But what we do have, as I said, this is exactly the same person I had before. It's got the same, attributes here, so that's fine. We've got the same skills. I haven't leveled up. As you can see, I'm still stuck at level 33 and a bit for some reason. Although I think that may have been upped now. I may be able to like get up another couple of levels in today's DLC. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But yeah, everything else is the same. It all is exactly what it was when I was last thing. Yeah, the board is absolutely fucking terrified of me because I kind of ran around killing all of them at the end of the main storyline, because that's just what happened. But everybody else loves me, so that's fine. Yeah, so here's all the inventory stuff. So, new DLC, Murder on Eridanios. I think that's what it was called. I don't know anything about this DLC. It kind of dropped out of nowhere. I wasn't really paying attention to the Outer Worlds and what was going on with it. I'd heard that there was a second DLC planned, but I wasn't like expecting it because of just like, 2020 being what it was. So it was a thing of, well, when it comes out, I'm sure I'll find out. And then I did, and it was a couple of weeks back now, whenever it was. So, all in all, let's just get into it. So as far as I know, all you need to do to activate it is to walk into the cockpit, because it sort of triggered as I was playing around before. So I figured, well, I'd just reset my save and then, go from there. So, yeah.
Impeccable timing, Captain. I was about to watch the latest episode in Halcyon Helen's thrilling serial adventure.
Oh, good. Yeah, so I don't know what this is, but as you can see, it's the Murder on Eridanios DLC. So, I guess we'll be doing that. Enter to watch. Here's where to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So this should be interesting, because I don't know what to expect out of this.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
You meant the Nathaway drama? I'd like to see it.
Certainly, Captain. I was hoping you would ask.
It was the law-forsaken parasites. I had become obsessed. My quest to stop them. To avenge my partner, Philip. And my ex-partner, Bernice. And Lieutenant Jurgen. And those two informants had brought me to Rizzo's distillery. But it wasn't just the triple distilled deliciousness of Rizzo's Spectrum brand vodka that I found there. It was death. I made sure the Brain Eaters paid the price. But at what cost to me? It's you.
This is the Halcyon News Network with breaking news. Halcyon Helen has been murdered. Administrator Ludovico of Rizzo's refused to answer the big question on everyone's mind. Who will Spectrum Vodka's next spokesperson be? Claiming that a special investigation must be concluded first.
Captain, we have a communication coming in from one Administrator Ludovico.
That's
Get
appropriate
off
timing.
the transmission, Cedric. We agreed to let me do the negotiating. Law be with you, friend. I am Administrator Ludovico of the famed Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. But there's no need to stand on formality. You may address me as Mr.
Let me guess, this is about Halcyon Helen's murder.
Her death is the tragedy of our lifetime. As the face of our new product line, her murder is a stain on the Rizzo's brand. She was scheduled to unveil our newest product, Spectrum Brown, before this tragic event. But we cannot move forward with our unveiling until we apprehend the killer.
And your first thought was to come to me? Yeah, that's a good question. Why come to me? Why are you contacting me? The board doesn't like me very much.
Captain Hawthorne, Sublight's favorite freelancer. I'm such an admirer of your work.
Oh, hello, you.
Cedric Kincannon, Sublight Underground. I'm so glad we're hiring a third-party investigator. No one wants to see a troop of UDL guards stomping all over my hotel. Least of all me. The murder of Halcyon Helen is a heinous assault on this colony. I look forward to watching you find the miscreant responsible and drag them out of the shadows.
I'm trouble seeing the death of two big actors and assaulting the colony. Checking my news myself. Helen brought a lot of joy to the colony. Never heard of Sublight Underground. Yeah, I've never heard of Sublight Underground, but okay.
You're a compassionate person, Captain.
Correct.
And you're right. Halcyon Helen was a talented woman. She had a gift for transforming her art into wealth. You would not believe the money she made us on Dissident Busters.
For law's sake, Cedric, could you show a little discretion and not bring up your contraband operations in front of an outsider?
Please, Lou. Sublight Underground is built on discretion. I'm establishing rapport with our new contractor. Let's not give her the impression that you can't be trusted.
Do you really want to do this right now, Cedric? You want to antagonize me while I'm negotiating a contract? Because I promise you, I'll win.
Gentlemen, please. You're both idiots. Can we go back to the point? Yeah, let them argue.
We can do this anytime you want. I'll even make an appointment. I'm sure your schedule's wide open. What with your product launch being indefinitely delayed due to unforeseen murder.
All right, Cedric. If that's how you want to behave, I have no choice but to file an official reprimand on your permanent record.
Oh, please do. I'd love an official reprimand from a failed executive. Could you do me a favor and have it laminated?
Could we please stop this nonsense? Captain, I'm Constable Maria Keene. Hiring a third-party investigator was my idea. I've been studying your dossier. You're reliable and competent. You've been taking care of yourself ever since you arrived on Halcyon, and you're entirely independent. As far as I'm concerned, you're the ideal inspector for this case.
Ooh. Inspector Roymon, I like the sound of that. Shouldn't this be the constable's job? Constable, just how many people are involved in this communication?
Just the three of us.
There's a three? No one's gonna jump in here unexpectedly?
You must excuse us. The situation on Eridanos is tense. If we don't bring Helen's killer to justice, this scandal could scupper our entire operation. Please, Captain, I'm asking you to help us. While you're pursuing your investigation, we'll make you a guest of honor at the Grand Colonial.
Ooh. You can count on me.
The future of our complex may depend on your success. I'll leave you in the constable's care. Mr. Kincannon and I must have a word.
Fine. But Rizzo's is paying for that hotel room.
I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help. And even though they may not show their gratitude, I know Administrator Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon appreciate your involvement. Mr. Kincannon could lose his spaceport if board authorities took over the investigation, and if Rizzo's is forced to cancel its unveiling, we might never recover.
Seems like there's a lot sort of circling around this. I mean, if this is really going to be like a detective thing, we're probably going to need a lot of perception stuff. My perception is not fantastic, if memory serves. And that must have been pretty popular for Death to put an end to your operation. Those two seem to have some issues. Yeah, those two seem to have some issues.
The Administrator oversees Rizzo's operations. Cedric runs the hotel and the spaceport. They're always at each other's throats. My life would be so much easier if they'd simply learned to work together.
I might be able to work on that. Sound a bit worn out.
Me? Worn out? Perish the notion. My days are filled with catering to the oh-so-reasonable requests of Mr. Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon. What's not to like?
They seem like jackasses. Them, they're not very likable.
Your words, not mine. Please don't take my lack of disagreement as anything other than fatigue. I am a content, productive, and happy member of our society.
Yes. Yeah, it must have been pretty popular.
Helen was more than popular. She gave something to this colony that no product line could ever provide. Real happiness. No one has ever been as well known or as well loved. Outside of our courageous business leaders.
Surely you could have dealt with this.
I represent the law, Captain. But what's happening between Mr. Kincannon and the Administrator is politics. Politics are not my area of expertise.
Well, not mine. I
The
tend to
law
run
is
in and
simple.
punch people.
Politics are complicated.
I'm sure it's nothing I can't handle.
I'm pleased to hear that. From everything I've heard, you're a competent freelancer. And at the risk of sounding impertinent, we desperately need the help of someone competent. Thank you for your time, Captain. Whenever you're ready, I've authorized the Unreliable to land at the Grand Colonial.
Alright.
Transmission terminated. Captain, we are now cleared to land at the Eridanos atmospheric complex.
Don't know why they're trusting me to catch Halcyon Hands Killer. What can you... Yeah, tell me about it.
Eridanos is a hydrogen-helium gas giant, distinguished by a well-defined ring system. The Eridanos atmospheric complex is a system of land masses propelled through a thin layer of the upper atmosphere, where humans are potentially capable of surviving. There are several reasons why someone would hire your services. In descending order of likelihood, they are as follows. Desperation, confusion, mistaken identity, inebriation, and genuine faith in your abilities.
Yep. Saw that coming. Alright. Off to Eridanios, I guess. And hey, look! Hey, look. My experience bar went all the way up. I don't know what they've maxed it up to now. I'm going to assume... There's their details, yeah. Yeah, we got a big bucket load of experience just from having that conversation, so that's good. Alright, that being the case, let me make a quick save. Before we fly off. Ooh, look, everything's there now. Everything's there. Although Gorgon was just sort of randomly added to the list, so, you know. Most of these places are just sort of around. It's been a long time since I've been to any of these. Yeah, we never quite went to Hephaestus. Did we ever go to Hephaestus? That's right, we never went to Hephaestus or Typhon. Probably, like, related to quests I never got, at a guess. But anyway, Eridanios. Vroom. Hopefully there'll be some,
We've touched down on the atmospheric complex in Eridanos.
Ooh, big ringed planet. Very nice. Alright, now, I need to remind me of who's got what. So you were medical. You were persuade, so I'll probably take Felix along. You were lie. I need you. You were engineering. You were hack. You were intimidate. Okay, so we'll take... Who was it? Felix? Because he was persuade. And I do like having my... Actually, what is my persuade right now? I've forgotten. See, this is the thing. I'm going to have to refresh my memory on all this stuff. Because it's not up there anymore. Persuade. Yeah, my persuade's at 80s. What was the one that I was like really, really, really good at? Long guns was the one I was absolutely amazing at, because I took that all the way up. Yeah, I don't even remember what I was like aiming for when I stopped earning experience. As I said, I've forgotten all of this. Like, it's been so sodding long. I don't necessarily know if I'll need hacker engineering. I think I'll take Vicar or Max or whatever, and I'll take Felix. I'll take those two, because they do up my skills a little bit. Alright. Let's go with those two. See how we get on. I literally know nothing about this DLC. As I said, it was totally sprung on me. Like, came out of nowhere. So, you know, one of those things. I don't like the idea that this stuff has things in the bottom of it. Isn't that like a thing? That you get like maggots or worms or something in some types of booze? I don't drink alcohol, so it's not really my area of expertise. This is a big place. Probably the whole DLC is set here on this, you know, little island bit. If I had to guess. Which is nice. Ooh. Okay, the fact that we are currently in a gas giant that has a, quote, layer that's breathable is both very cool and also very worrying. Like, I don't quite like that idea. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, you fall off and you're never gonna stop. Until you just, like, burn up in the atmosphere or something. That's terrifying. Seriously, that kind of shit just terrifies the fuck out of me. I hate the idea of that. Alright, okay, I've got to get back into my whole vibe for this game again.
Everything bad about Byzantium all in one place, with even less class somehow.
Indeed. Oh, hello.
Hello there. Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the Inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the crime.
Okay. Can you fill me in on the details?
I can try. I was the one who found Helen's body in the Grand Ballroom. Corpse wasn't in the best shape. Aside from that, I don't know a whole lot. Helen was supposed to host the unveiling for Rizzo's newest product, Spectrum Brown. Until you catch the killer, the unveiling's been indefinitely postponed. Helen's death has been a shock for many. A lot of people are inconsolable. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but I don't believe it.
Hey, Black Hole Birdie may be a savage brute on the field of honor, but he's no killer.
The fans were very upset by the weak plot contrivances in her latest offering, though that hardly seems a worthy motive.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors, I suppose.
Was she a diverse figure?
Not particularly. But I think some folks were jealous of her success, or otherwise viewed her as a threat. Reckon how she came about her fame didn't help.
How so?
Why, she was a natural. People fell in love with her. She managed to wrangle up a following all on her own. She ended up about as famous and high-runged as your average VP, which rubbed a lot of Byzantines the wrong way. Actors ain't supposed to get preferential treatment. Let's see here. Oh, I already spoke briefly about the Spectrum unveiling, or lack thereof. It's still an awful shame. A lot of folks looking forward to that.
So, yeah, a lot of people were jealous of the fact that she earned her position rather than was given it. That's fucking typical, really, let's be honest.
I do. Rizzo's happened to rent out the Grand Colonial Ballroom from Slug for the unveiling. A nice mutually beneficial event. But the murder's gone and ruined that. Along with 9 out of 10 of my favorite cereals. Anyway, I think I've held you up long enough. Once you're ready, head down to the lobby. The ballroom is just behind the elevators. Meanwhile, I'll grab your bags.
Don't need you to take any bags.
You're certain? Alright then. Guess we can probably set you up with some spare uniforms if you must yours.
No, I'm fine. Ooh, right. So, let's have a look. Ooh, that's blurry. Okay. Is that blurry for a reason, or is it just not loaded? There it goes. Okay, so we got pretty big area to explore. Ooh, I like that. Alright, well, let's have a quick mooch around. You never know what's what. Sealed? Okay, fair enough. Hello.
Said we aren't allowed to depart.
Apologies, sir, but the atmospheric complex is on strict lockdown. No one's allowed in or out.
Alright. In here seems to be free game, so I guess I'll take it. What that reminds me, I need to find a... I need to find a shop or something, because I had a whole bunch of guns left over from last DLC that I just forgot to sell between now and then, and just, here, ended up with them. No, that's a light. Don't need that.
Do you have any idea how many bits?
Fast travel location, and that's also sealed. Why is that sealed? Okay, well, looks like... Welcome, welcome. 2 welcomes. Let's see what we got. Most of this stuff even is. I don't know where that goes. Let's go into the main welcome, shall we? Because this seems like the main entrance. Alright, let's get going.
Greetings, Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed. You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead.
Oh good, I'm so happy about that. Nice. It looks like that's where the lift goes in then, I'm guessing. Guess I could have gone in both ways. Oh well, it doesn't really matter now. Makes you wonder why there are 2. Ooh.
I feel like I'm spending a fortune just standing here.
I better make the most of it. Alright, so large open area. So that's just like the space dock. That's the hotel. It's a very nice looking place. It still would terrify the fuck out of me living on a place that we know could just plummet out of the sky at a moment's notice. I prefer standing on something a little more solid. Alright. Got a whole bunch of places apparently. Nope, sealed. Maybe not. I am just wandering at the moment. I'm probably not going to leave this main area and cross over to any of the others, but I do just want to have a quick wander, quick shufty around. Never know what you might find that's interesting. Trash compactors, apparently. That and the fact exploring often gets you fun little stuff, which I should probably get. Ooh. I got a new mark today from the Bellhop. Green ship. Crate is on the back walls. Jewelry box should be there. Just take the whole thing. These folks are so rich they probably won't even notice they went missing. Fence the warehouse should be buying. Make sure to keep the bellhots cut before you go spending. Indeed, the bellhots are running a racket, are they? Well, considering what I know of Halcyon, I can't exactly say I blame them. Ah. Ooh, fun stuff. Okay, so one thing, as I say, I do need to do is sell all the things that I don't need, which is pretty much everything. I can't remember what I was... What have I actually got in terms of my weapons? Okay, so we got my assault rifle, which I've really like upped because that's good stuff. Got my Deadeye assault rifle. Was that my sniper rifle, and then my shot cannon and the gloop gun? Why do I have the gloop gun? I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Okay. So we've got a whole bunch of shit that we don't really need. And I'm going to assume I don't need most. As I said, I can't remember. So I'm going to assume most of this is not what I need right now. Alright, that'll be that. None of this seems to have much in the way of... Ooh. Ah, maybe not. Precision spectrum engineering +5. I was just looking to see if any of these had decent like buffs on them, if I was keeping them for that reason, but I'm probably not, knowing me. Bye bye. Right, this is me just clearing out my inventory. Keep that one because it looks fun to mess around with. Bye everything. Just clear everything out. Bloody easier in the long run. Right. I'm gonna take that. Oh, apparently this is all stealing stuff. Alright, well we better leave it then. I mean we could take it. Oh, actually that does remind me. Is it light ammo that I really wanted a lot of? No, apparently they both use heavy ammo. Okay. Topped up with it. Well, apparently I got a lot more than I thought. 8,000? Oh yeah, it is 8,000. Okay. I feel like, didn't I do that? Like, didn't I have a vague memory of like changing my weapon at some point and then thinking, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that.
I was thinking about going for a swim, but I don't want to come out stinking like a dead rat.
No, that doesn't look good. Dead sprats in the pool, indeed. Hello. Dolphin McAllister.
Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you?
Why does the pool look all, green?
Space me if I knew. I got here from my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it.
Well, this morning, so it happened just before the Spectrum Brown launch.
Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping.
Something about these sounds off kilter. I'd like to look around. Face down in his own spit?
Look, I call it how I see it. They found the poor slackwit alongside syringes enough to put down a herd of mantisaurs. His family will have to be fined. Rizzo should have been more careful about who they hired. They're lucky nothing got permanently damaged. Alright. You may want to visit the sun parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used.
Okay.
Oh, and you can talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do for you?
Questions about the pool?
So long as you don't want to go in, I can...
Pretty heavy harm for a pool guard.
Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out.
Said Rizzo's hired someone for the cleaning.
Yep, still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got tripicale for brains. But that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting. I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things.
Alright.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. So, pool problems, huh? Interesting. Pool chemical required. Huh. I would never want to be that close to the edge of this place. Terrify the fuck out of me. Heights are one thing I cannot handle.
Sudden death knockout court? Surprised the Byzantines fancy this. We played it on a rudimentary court in prison. Sudden death being more literal than euphemistic.
I'll bet. Tour gas management urgently requests you refrain from using tossable equipment on the sudden death knockout courts. Guests using the court have not signed the proper paperwork for death and dismemberment by any equipment other than knockout rackets. Any hemorrhages, brain damage, or life-threatening concussions caused due to tossable-related mischief will result in extensive fines. Should you desperately wish to sate your tossable recreation needs, management recommends you visit the Rizzo's Rangers on the second VIP guest floor. Yeah, makes sense. Terror on Monarch. Okay. Woo. That's good. Ooh, and another one. Couple of these. Take all the ammo I can. Might as well. Trust me, I've learned that running out is surprisingly easy. Nope, that's all stealing. All the good shit's stealing, and I don't like to do that because it's too easy. It's way too easy to get way too much by just nicking everything. Which is a problem in these sorts of open world games. Alright, so we've been... Where are we right now? I don't know, I can't see. I'm here. We've been sort of around there. So we'll keep going, keep plugging along, seeing what else we can find.
I hope the murderer is called
Rizzo's Purpleberry Crunch. Tripicale flake
and What's this place? Well, it's a mechanical deck. Nope, stealing, okay. Hello. Nope, apparently I can't talk to you at all. Nope, it's on the move. Oh, it's a gardener. Hello. Slug sweeper. Fair enough. Yeah, I got a lot of ammo, but trust me, it goes down quick enough.
need to find another way in, I suspect.
I do need to up my lock picking a little bit. Way in up top? Yes, apparently so. Evan, hang on. Excuse me. Remember cards tonight. If you don't show, a set of raptors on loose in here with you. I'm kidding, but don't forget you're here. I need help knocking B down a rung or 3. She has me writing field reports for her all week. Fair enough. What's this big arse building over here then? Ooh, sun parlor. I'll be honest with you, it's about as sunny as everywhere else. Ooh. Pool cleaner. Blue watering color number 422. Chlorinzosol. Hydrogen defoamer. That could come in handy when it comes to fixing the pool layer. 343. Okay. Bromating oxalator, blue water, coloring 422. Bromating oxalator. Ooh. Existing chemical and cancer we removed. Chemicals and bats will be mixed into a new compound. Let's not mess with anything here until I know what I'm doing. Because, well, let's be honest, I don't. Don't know what that was, but apparently I've got it now, so that's a thing.
Hey, I think I know this place. Didn't they try to film an episode of Masked Marketeer up here?
Probably.
It really is stunning. I told you, didn't I? The view's fit to stop one's heart. Really?
I don't know, the fact that there could be storms on this thing kind of implies not a fun place to be in. I don't know, maybe this place is like shields or something. Actually, that's probably very true. Just a hotel guest, What's this? Botanical operations. Ooh. Fortunately, it looks like everything's stealing. I'm mooching at the moment. I'm just having a look. Never know when any of this stuff might be important. Dissident Queen, Chapter 3. Oh, I'm not reading all that. I learned it a long time ago to save my voice where I can. Ooh, workbench. Hello, are you important?
Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
Apparently not. Slug storing key. I don't apparently have one of them. I can't unlock it any other way. And that's sealed off. I may come this way again later, perhaps. Shh. Why is your pocket locked? I don't know. I was wondering if she had the storeroom key, but apparently you can't even see that kind of shit without... It's not something I do. I don't do the whole pickpocketing thing. Like, in any of these games, pickpocketing is just something that never really interested me, because most of the time people don't have anything worth my time. Ooh. Nope, apparently not. Aha. looks like that's everything. Oh no, stand corrected. There's one more place to check. And then it's just circling back around to where we started. So, put this one on the map. Ding. And of course it earns me a whole bunch of experience too, which is always good. Nope, nothing there. Alright then, let's head into the hotel and see what we get. Because, I mean, we can't leave this island. All the exits are sealed. So I'll probably unlock them bit by bit as we go on. Or maybe they'll all unlock after I've reached a certain point. I don't actually know. You're just a regular guest, are you? Fair enough.
I can't believe someone so famous as Halcyon
guest. Fast travel location discovered. No shit.
It really is a terrible shame.
Loading zone. Alright, we're inside. A whole bunch of experience. Did that pump me up another level, or am I right on the cusp? Looks like I'm right on the cusp. Yeah, I'm like 15,000 away. Close.
So much opulence, while most of Halcyon suffers.
Yeah, well, don't worry. We've already sorted that out in another universe. You're a hotel guest.
I'll bet you 10 bits this is all just some sort of publicity stunt.
You know, it really wouldn't surprise me, actually, like legit.
Murder has inflicted severe emotional trauma on me. I demand a room upgrade.
Okay, yeah, we're allowed in here, no problem. Distant Queen Chapter 2. Yeah, that's still a lot. I'm not reading all that. I don't have time, or patience, or throat. Examine? The head of Burbage 2000, talking about his body in the benevolent act of Titus Androidicus. Something like a prop then, or something, I guess. Hi.
Why, hello there. Goodness, I always enjoy seeing guests, but it's been so long since I've chatted face to face that I about hopped out of my skin at the sight of you. Excuse me, I should introduce myself, though you might know me already, just not by name. I'm Bellhop Sullivan. You've likely heard my dulcet tones through the elevator intercom.
Ooh. Of course, no one's smashed the intercom yet. I don't recognize your voice, but I'm glad I can meet you in person.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. I'm glad to meet you too. Now that our introductions are out of the way, do let me know if I can help you with anything.
Said you operate... You said you operate the elevator, right? You can just not press the buttons themselves.
Well, yes, but having an operator certifies that the right guests end up on the proper floors. We wouldn't want tossball players rubbing shoulders with CEOs. It'd be anarchy. Plus, there's always the risk a guest chips a nail or loses a ring on a button. It's an extra effort, but the Grand Colonial prides itself on personalized service in all things. That and the elevator still works if I'm ever not around. I do take occasional breaks and sleep every so often.
So I assume the bellhops all know each other. Any gossip?
Oh yes, Norville's great. Always ready to help any and all guests who might need it. And so handsome, too. His judgment sometimes leaves something to be desired, I will say. Kept badgering Halcyon Helen prior to her death about an autograph or something. A little beyond his station.
Know anything about the murder?
Unfortunately not. I was in the operator room for the elevator, as usual. The camera feed only allows me to see within the elevator, which always has many people coming through. For what it's worth, the murder was a right shame. I always enjoyed the serials starring Ms. Helen, though I did find them prone to repetitive plot structures. But I'm sure you've heard the rumor about what actually did her in. That marauders got into the hotel and management is covering it up so the guests don't run off.
Have marauders been a big problem here before?
Well, not necessarily. but they're fairly prevalent on the other complexes. It wouldn't take much for them to find their way here. Slug claims they've got the problem under control, but I don't understand why they haven't simply gone and exterminated all of the Marauders like the vermin they are. Oh, well, I'm just here to push buttons.
Alright, well, thanks for the info. That's probably not true. It's probably just her talking, but you never know.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr. Kincannon warned me you'd be checking in soon.
Right, you happen to have my room key.
Yes. I don't yet, but I will, Inspector, ma'am. You'll be staying in our luxurious penthouse suite, vacated just recently. So recently that unfortunately the room's still being cleaned. I'm sure it'll be ready for you by the time you've examined the crime scene. I believe Constable Keene should be waiting for you in the grand ballroom.
Fair enough. Okay. So when you say the expensive VIP suite was vacated recently, was that the room that Helen was in? Because that would be quite funny.
Oh, come on. Why is the lounge closed? I wanted brunch.
I think you'll get over it. Ooh, pool. Ah, no, that goes back outside. Right, yes, of course, because they were... I thought, oh, they got an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. Refreshments. Refreshments. That's ammo. Apparently it uses heavy ammo. Yeah. Alright, what else we got? Because yes, I am just looking. You know me, I spend ages and ages and ages looking. So that's the garden concierge. Concierge, please do not store any insufficient liquid to gossip. Right. Hack. Concierge, that damn fool. Halston, reason to believe Ludovico is getting agitated again, which will likely present itself in several dozen messages to you, each demanding a reduction in Rizzo's payment. Funnel these messages into the trash if you please. If Ludovico wants to renegotiate the terms of our contract, he's welcome to take his operations elsewhere. Interesting. Guest complaints. Like torture me, is that what it is? First learned I'd be just beneath the floor occupied by Rizzo's Rangers. I was excited. Well, I did not anticipate the degrees to which these whole kids seem to enjoy prancing to and fro, pounding on their floors and my ceiling every hour of the architect cursed day. Right. Makes sense. Noisy people upstairs, always bad in a hotel. To whatever member of the help it may concern. Heard horrible clanking passing my room every night for the past 6 nights. Yesterday I mustered up my courage and sent the servant to look. And upon her return she said she's seen what looks like an armed mechanical wander by my room for the past 6 nights. She said it was something called a Burbage 3001 and that it was a serial star. If that machine is a serial star, I must ask, why are you filming outside our room without paying us? We're not considering having our temporary property filmed. Interesting. VIP guest list. Ooh. Gotcha. Despite her celebrity status, the greater part of Halcyon Helen's requests have been fairly normal. Soap, shampoo, new towels, and so on. One exception is her unusual consumption of food and drink. I'm not sure I want to judge about that sort of thing. Lord knows I've seen stranger proclivities of other guests, but she really does require a lot and frequently. Listen to this. For lunch today, she ordered 6 Boston bean sandwiches, 2 purple berry shakes, 2 purple berry liqueurs, several retro rockets, and cigarettes enough to crush a teacup canid. I wonder if she's planning a party, but the cleaning staff say that every time they've gone up, there's been no signs of what she's ordered. If Helen really does keep managing to get through all of what she's been ordering, then maybe she should consider quitting show business and entering competitive consumption scene instead. That sounds like she's got a guest. 6 Boston bean sandwiches of 3 each, Purpleberry Shakes, there's 2. Purpleberry Liqueurs, there's 2. Several retro rockets. That sounds like she's got guests. Guests singular or guests plural, perhaps. That's interesting. In the past 2 weeks, I have received 315 different service requests from Mr. Woolrich. These requests include one to do the entire wardrobe from Terror on Monarch. 5 gallons of each color of Spectrum except black. Wants 50 gallons of black. Teacup cannons of various breeds. Plasma launcher. And considering over 60 pounds of total requests, an upgraded room. Administrator Ludovico wanting to move into the second largest room just to shut the hell up, but Helen got the biggest one, and of course Woolrich can't accept that he's being eclipsed. Got another room upgrade request as I was typing this, and more than half of mine to send an exterminator to fumigate his room, just so I can't request anything for a while. I can in here and try to talk to me. Yeah, well. Holcomb's requests have been about what you'd expect. Noted he asked very little in the way of effort, accelerators, or enhancers. The pretty possible players go through that filth like no one else. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to assume these are the lifts, which are all sealed.
Hello there, my inordinately... Oh, you're the one who visited me. Hello again. Thanks so much for brightening my day.
You're welcome.
Oh dear. I'm sorry, but you don't seem to have a registered room key.
Right.
If you've lost your key, why don't you pay the hotel concierge?
Okay, that's fine. Oh, hello, it's you again.
The crime scene's awaiting, Inspector. Can't believe something like this could happen in my hotel. When I found her, I was just hoping she had a little too much to drink, but all the grievous bodily injury adds up, I suppose.
When you pull of blood and your first thought was, I wonder if she's drunk?
Hey, Byzantines and restraint aren't 2 words that often go together. Wouldn't be the first blood-soaked, unconscious party-goer I've come across. Anyway, I'm sure you've got questions.
Endless. I want to give me more details on how you came across the body.
Sure, I'd taken to checking the ballroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. You understand. Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally see smells.
Okay. Did you kill Helen? You can tell me if you did. It'd be our little secret.
What? No! Just because I found the corpse doesn't mean I made her a corpse. I was in shift all day. Besides, I loved Helen's serials. Well, the old ones anyway. The newer episodes are hot junk on a warm day.
Any idea why she would have been in the ballroom after hours?
Beats all hell out of me. Maybe she was, practicing for the unveiling?
Not a terrible theory, doing some rehearsal. She doesn't seem the rehearsal type. But then, I don't know.
Sure. What's on your mind?
Did you see Helen on the day of her death?
Of course I did. I just told you I found the body. Oh, wait. You mean when she was still breathing? No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw any hotel guests interacting with her.
I think we both know that you're itching to gossip.
Honestly, you're more than a little right. I've been burning at the britches to share my theories. Day of her death, I saw Helen leave the hotel premises with the profit of profitability, and didn't see her come back. A little on the suspicious side, I think. Seemed especially strange, seeing how, as far as I was aware, the two didn't get on.
She's a guest?
Yep. Gives seminars on increasing profit margins and the like. Can't say much else, seeing how I ain't in the gossip market.
Fair enough.
As far as I can recall, Helen dismissed the lady's seminars in some kind of interview. Said her co-star used them, but she didn't. The top rungers are always ready to read between the lines of famous folks and seem to think the profit was on her way out. Woman lost a ton of bits and is set to lose more.
Hmm.
I hope all that helped.
Yes, you did. You gave me an extra person to talk to.
Everyone's got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than anyone else's.
Fair enough. Interesting. Okay.
Black hole birdies disappeared, you know. The poor
Alright. Hello. Ooh.
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you.
Constable Keene, pleasure to meet you. We spoke on the... I was looking for the bar.
Constable Maria Keene. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you.
I'm guessing you're talking about the body.
What body? Oh, that. Goodness, no. This is far more interesting than Halcyon Helen's rapidly cooling corpse.
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over stolen goods. Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums with ontological potential.
Interesting. I'm guessing this device makes use of deterministic calculus. I don't have enough of the engineering for that. But I can do this one.
You're rather sharp in your upper story.
Ooh, I think I just leveled up.
I can see why you're the inspector. The discrepancy amplifier uses a deterministic model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what actually is. Then it renders any discrepancies visible by using the power of magnification.
That sounds strangely like scientism. Expecting the doctrine of the OSI to have any bearing on reality is quite an assumption.
Oh, goodness, no. I don't care for OSI doctrine. I just enjoy their math.
So it's a magnifying glass?
Yes. It's a magnifying glass, but an extraordinarily powerful one. It looks through the glass of reality itself.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but I'll bend that rule just this once. You'll want to peer into the amplifier and examine the crime scene.
Oh, okay. I always forget how fucking hard the level up punches you in the face. Greetings, Inspector. Thanks to the half genius, half mad scientific Dr. Goodnight. So... I need to go into my inventory and equip it, do I? Well, okay, let's put it in the 4 slot. Good enough. Hey, we can level up. Excellent. Skills and perks. Skills and perks. Ooh, cool. We've got stuff in my codex for some reason. Discrepancy amplifier. So based on what they were saying is it shows you the world as it should be and allows you to note the differences. That is so that's so gamey, isn't it? I don't know. Okay, so we're probably going to need a lot of stuff here. But what, I don't know. I'm thinking put something into there, because we're getting upped by Felix a bit. So having Felix around is good, I think. I don't know what I'm going to need. Because, like, I never bothered putting anything into defense. I never bothered putting anything into dodge. Sorry, the melee one up here. And I never bothered putting anything into lead. I think I put a bit into leadership, but not a lot. Because I don't use it all that much. I could just put 4 and 4 into there and take them both up to... Because, I mean, technically my persuade is up to 115, which is pretty good considering 150 is the max. I also wanted to up lockpicking, so that's up at 100. I've only got 10 points available, and I need 12, which is kind of irritating. Alright, we're going to up you. And then we'll put... maybe I could put 2 points into each, because I don't know what I'm going to need. We're definitely going to need to keep Felix around, and that's up because of Vicar Max, of course. In fact, a lot of this stuff is up by Felix, which is pretty neat, actually. Huh. Having Felix around seems to help, although Vicar Max does a few good things too, so that's nice. So 6 points left. Because, I mean, yeah, that puts my lockpick up to 100, which is nice. Although it's not a natural 100. If I gave that another 2 points, then that would take it naturally up to 80, which would give me quicker lockpicking. Although lockpicking isn't really an issue. Ooh, it's also 4 o'clock, so I better make a decision pretty rapidly. Because I want to get... yeah, okay, what I'm going to do... 2 points into there to take it up to 80. And then 2 points into both of these just to up them a little bit, and then I'll finish upping them in the next one. Accept and per... wait, did it cancel out? It did. God damn it. There we go. And what perk do I want? I have no idea. Okay, concentrated fire. I don't even remember what half of these things do. Let's see what we got, because we haven't been in tier 3 for very long. Science weapon damage under 30%. User inhaler. Activate tactical time dilation. I do use TTD occasionally. I sort of grew to use it as I played through the game. No, that's a no companion thing. I carry the companions around. See, that's a no companion thing. Tell you what, I'm going to hit the break button because we're already at 4:05. I'm going to give this some thought during the break, and when I get back, we'll see what I come up with. So yeah, take a quick break. I won't buy it until I've decided to do it. So see you in a minute, guys. And we're back. Okay, so I thought about it. I was looking through them, and I came across this one. Penetrating shots. Your ranged attack, basically when you're using guns, reduce the target's armor rating by 1 point per hit. This effect lasts a short time and can stack multiple times. So, ranged attacks inflict a -1 armor rating for 10 seconds and can stack up to -10. That actually sounds pretty good. Like, I really wasn't sure about it, but actually, that sounds good. So, yeah. I'm thinking let's go for that one, because I use guns exclusively, so should be fine. Let's do that. Nice. Okay, so. Ooh. Scaring Eridanos for evidence. To catch Helen's killer, you need to use the discrepancy amplifier scope to reveal clues not visible to the naked eye. Once you've located some evidence, aim directly at it while zooming in with the scope. Press the interaction button to analyze it. Ooh. Spiffy. Oh.
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin amplification.
I see you've been designed with modular analytical systems. What else can you do?
The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed with advanced speech recognition. scientific analysis, and deterministic calculus protocols.
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector about your features.
Please do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is programmed to take instruction from its registered or designated inspector.
How curious. I must have set its impertinence levels to flagrant.
This unit's features include an automated personality simulator. This unit has been programmed to simulate joy and satisfaction in assisting you.
Alright.
This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee.
Was she trying to spell the name of her killer?
This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional information.
Correct. B could stand for anything, like Spectrum Brown.
Now calculating likelihood of Halcyon Helen using her final moments to endorse Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Low to moderate likelihood.
True. Isn't Black Hole Bertie staying here?
I was wondering about that. Before we arrived, I heard something on the aether waves about Black Hole Bertie taken up at the Grand Colonial.
Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand Colonial Hotel.
Anyone else I should know about?
Accessing guest database B. The Grand Colonial Hotel is proud to serve the following VIPs. Bertie, Black Hole. Burbage 3001.
Make a note of that for later.
This evidence has been recorded for later reference. Now generating pre-approved compliment. Splendid work, Inspector.
Thank you. Interesting, interesting. So, it would seem... I mean, am I to assume that I actually get to solve this and it's not going to solve itself?
You're, really digging around Helen's body for clues, huh?
Yes, I am.
Seems you found something. Residue from a spill. The amplifier said something about, B.
As in Black Hole Bertie?
Bertie Holcomb. I hadn't considered that. The two of them were in a relationship prior to Helen's death. I'll make a note of your discovery. Thank you, Inspector.
I know you're eager to tell me what you found, but I'm waiting for the grand reveal. The moment when you discover some critical piece of evidence.
Actually, I just wanted a word.
I was waiting for this. Yes, of course. I'm only too eager to cooperate.
Tell me about the body. What was the cause of death?
Our leading lady must have riled up someone. Her wounds from cranium to metatarsal are as follows. A blow to the head, severe enough to lacerate the flesh. Followed by a suite of plasma burns down the neck and back, signs of poisoning, evidence of inanition and desiccation, possible signs of jaundice, some shingles, one malformed toenail.
I think you lost me. Let's stick to the most likely cause of death.
That's good advice. I'll just strike out malformed toenail as a possible cause of death. The short version is this. Helen was killed by poison, a blow to the head, and a plasma weapon. Possibly more.
So, hang on. She was poisoned, hit on the head, and then shot with a plasma weapon. Probably not in that order. So it seems as though multiple people wanted to kill her. And they all just happened to do it in different ways at the same time. So it's likely someone poisoned her. And maybe she was down here wondering, like, what drink had got the poison in. And then someone, like, shot her with a rifle. Like, maybe then someone hit her over the head. And then someone shot her with a rifle from a distance. So I could easily see 3 different people trying to kill her here.
I am, of course, at your service.
I'd like to know more about you.
Oh, why, I'm flattered. I've worked at the Grand Colonial for about as long as it's been around. Prior to that, I lived in Byzantium, but I always felt like it was missing something. And that something turned out to be corpses. Byzantium has much in the way of luxury, but examining the dead does not rank amongst the preferred activities of the elite.
Sounds like you enjoy being a coroner.
Absolutely. Usually I'm just a medical practitioner, so I almost never get to deal with anything as unique, or as quiet, as a corpse. The most interesting thing I saw prior to this was the back of Mr. Woolrich's throat after he blew out his vocal cords shouting at an attendant. If I weren't here, I'd be back in my quarters, rewatching Byzantium in the Spring or working on my automatic sprat peeler.
I'm curious about this. What is that noise that keeps blinking off there on the side? I don't know.
Oh, good. One of my favorite subjects. Ask away, my dear. Ask away.
What made you invent it?
I didn't expect an existentialist question so early today. It's a need. Just as sprats feel they must breed, or canids feel they must brutally maul each other, I feel the need to create.
Oh. There has to be more to it than that.
Inspector, I'm sure you don't want to spend 4 hours talking back and forth about the intricacies of a science.
Alright. What happens if I break it or lose it? Anyway, yeah, that's enough of that. Let's do for now. Alright, so we've got you still. Anything else? Ooh, what's this? Oh, it does.
This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the grand ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants.
Does 5 footprint match anything in your record?
Footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint.
Can you analyze the dirt?
The dirt carries traces of fertilizer, as well as the faint signs of crushed purpleberries and grass. Grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the purpleberry orchards, located not far from the Grand Colonio.
Helen must have been at the orchard before she died.
This deduction appears sound.
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress once we brought you onto the case. You'll need Administrator Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse suite. Check in with the concierge. Your room should be ready by now. If it isn't, I may have to go shake someone by the collar.
Interesting. So this thing also acts as a gun, apparently, because I fired it without knowing what the hell I was doing. That's interesting. Interesting. So this is going to be the big reveal of Spectrum Brown. Lovely stuff. You go outside. Ah, yeah, you are outside, aren't you? Okay. Well then, don't we have some fun to do?
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had the chance.
It seems death is just another form of entertainment around here.
If you have an issue with them.
Right, do I have my thing ready yet? Ahoy!
The Grand Colonial front desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector?
Just wanted to check if my room was ready.
Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available for you. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a little time to tidy the suite up for you. Simply call the elevator in the lobby and our highly skilled operator will deliver you to your private floor with efficiency and cheer.
Grand Colonial sure is interesting.
It certainly is a marvel of modern ingenuity, luxury, and ambition. Please allow me to answer any curiosities you might have about our building and the amenities on offer.
What does the penthouse offer?
Twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Terra 2. Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to strangle him.
Noted. So I am getting Helen's old room, aren't I? Bit morbid, but okay.
Most certainly. All the important folks can be found in the utmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health. Who would be interested in a staff-only area? Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath Rizzo's plant, either.
Well, presumably you wouldn't need, like, sewers or waste processes or anything like that. Assumingly it's just like a hole at the bottom of this floating platform and everything just falls down into Gas Giant where it's not a problem anymore. You can't honestly tell me there's nothing of interest going on in the entire half of the hotel.
Of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm sorry, Inspector, I'm not authorized to grant you access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own.
Interesting. Okay.
If you're...
Got some pretty high-profile guests here, right? What can you tell me about them?
My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe... All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know?
You notice anything about her before she died?
You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aether Wave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see. So she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed. Now that you mention it, she was usually calm and collected, but every so often I'd see her looking all wild-eyed and intense. It seemed as if she was determined about something. Or maybe she was just hungry. That woman ordered a lot of food. Maybe show business gives you a faster metabolism.
Yes, tell me about Black Hole Birdie.
Birdie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I've a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Birdie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend every one just to learn what caused their split.
Interesting. Yes, tell me about the productivity guru.
Her deal? Not making them. I'd laugh at my own comment, but everyone knows there's no bigger joke than the prophet of profitability herself.
Ouch.
Didn't you hear Helen's interview? That woman is the definition of humbuggery. Anyone who gives her the time of day is a right fool. I mean, Spencer Woolridge has taken several of her productivity seminars, and look where it got him. Don't waste your time.
Interesting. Helen's co-star Woolridge.
If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only 2 people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it. Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade. That's a shame, Inspector.
I wanted to know a little about you. Freelance captain, changing only one high stakes encounter at a time. A few people know about me, the better.
A dashing gunslinger type, then. I'm sure the investigation will turn out splendidly in your hands. Or at least Mr. Kincannon seems confident enough to believe so.
Alright, well, thank you very much. Yay, I have a key card now. Alright. Actually, I'd never actually checked upstairs, did I? If there even is anything upstairs. Just a random bathroom here for some reason. Fair enough. You just guests? Yep. Just a couple of guests. A couple of lifts. Hotel guest. Let's see, hotel guest, hotel guest. No one with a name, so no one worth.
I did not read about this kind of treatment in the service agreement papers.
Dr. Winifred Goodnight is an automated reminder to make sure you clean your blood off your instruments. Patient logs. Today another case that bores me to drink. You're fated visiting the hour. Would have proven to gorge himself on enough purple wine to incapacitate a primal. Then he attempted to reach the lobby by stairs rather than elevator and fell down 6 flights. Once mechanical servant broke his fall, he broke their servo mechanisms. Will be built accordingly. Purchase the cleavage. Ouch. I need something a little different. His hand came in early today. He was escorted by his sister, apparently not long after arriving. Eridanos, the two of them went on a trip through Pepperberry Orchard. Nancy divided the puzzle hedges and quickly became lost. When she eventually made her way out, Miss Han was nowhere to be found. Sister claims that Han returned to the hotel room several hours later, but had been unusual ever since. Her sister described the patient as formerly sullen, morose, phlegmatic, given to melancholia. Her demeanor transformed into an unpleasant degree of levity and shocking enthusiasm towards everything. Huh, they did vast quantities of cheap alcohol. Makes sense. So this is the doctoring room, should that ever be needed. Okay.
Murder or no?
Easy. What the? I was going to wash my hands, I swear.
Nice. That gave me a little more experience points. I will say, at the rate I'm gaining experience from all this stuff, it genuinely looks like I'm going to hit max level very quickly, assuming I've been up to level 35, which is highly likely. Okay, let's go check out my room.
What floor would you like to visit?
Take me to the penthouse suite.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Where to, partner? Casino floor. High roller suite. Oh, hey, everyone's here. Oh, sweet. So this acts like another place. That's awesome. Contact administrator. Ah.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed.
You mean Ruth Bellamy, Halcyon Helen, was just a character?
Halcyon Helen was more than a character. She was a brand. Her death will now be associated with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. You understand why that worries me.
I get it. You don't want to be responsible for a drink that kills people. Any publicity is good publicity. Turning into an ad, Rizzo Spectrum Brown, it's heart-stoppingly good.
Stop. Please warn me before you provide me with unsolicited ideas. There are waivers you need to sign. Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation.
I've got a lead. Can't tell you why, but I need access to the orchards.
Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both.
So he locks his door the moment investigator arrives? That's not suspicious at all.
I agree with the sentiment behind your snide remark. Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
Be back later then, I guess. Alright. So, now we have access to an orchard. Sweet. Ooh, this place is fucking amazing. Nice. Nice. And look, we get a whole bunch of free shit. Of course you do. So this was the place where she was staying. Bloody hell, she smoked something ridiculous, didn't she? Did she smoke? Interesting. Ooh. Don't know if that's going to be important, but it might be. So we got. Oh no, I'm stuck. bridge. Ahoy.
Is this how people in Byzantium live all the time?
Yes.
Do you think it's strange that I kind of miss Ada?
From you? No.
You think they'll let us expense the booze?
Probably not.
Even the air in here feels too sweet. Almost sticky.
Did you know the smoke from high society cigarettes is 10.07% more likely to leave odor and discoloration in fabrics than other leading brands?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Was it?
Helen, where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. That didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
Well, that doesn't sound very good. Alright, messages. What? God damn it. Thank you for choosing your dollars for complex society, your next publicity and marketing campaign. Yep. I understand why you and I must be enemies. We're not both branches of the same tree of privilege. You command audiences with your mastery performances on the Aether Wave. Disappointed to discover you berated my seminars publicly. On an official record, I take public umbrage in your characterization of my most recently spearheading your project, How to Motivate Your Workforce Using Ancient Weaponry. And, as I quote, nonsensical vanity project from a dyed-in-the-wool buffoon. Using ancient weaponry? Like, what, a blunt instrument? You're a talented actor, enjoy all your roles for years, especially finding your performance Terra Monarch. Doesn't appreciate cereals. Alright, so I need to get my hack up to 100 for that. Guess accessories. Fair enough. What's my hack at now versus... 84. Oh, it's at 94. Oh, it's because I don't have my partners in my group right now. Oh, that's annoying. I do hate that. When you're taking into an area where your partners, they're like with you, but they're not like in your group. So you can't like do anything with it. So I'd need 6 points. Do I have anything on me that can up my hack by 6 points? What would it come under? Intelligence, so mind basically. Intelligence or personality. Do I have anything that can up my intelligence by that much? Could take that. I don't know if that would be enough points. Let's find out. Glug. Yep. And that takes it up to 99! Tits. Of all the things. That is so irritating. God damn it. Hang on, I don't want to waste that, so let's just reload that. I just wanted to check to see if that was a thing. Okay, so only gets me 5 points, which is kind of annoying. Although I don't, maybe I could I do 2 things at once? Probably. Dexterity, perception, personality attributes. We could try 2. No, let's see if that would be enough. Yes, that'll do it. There we go. Decryption error, message corrupted, displaying recovered data. Know the truth. Please hurry. Don't know how much longer I can keep. Ooh. Interesting. I don't use drugs all that often in games like this, but when I do, there's usually bloody good reason for it. Ahoy.
The longer we stay here, the more I can feel my mind softening.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's probably the dogs. Okay.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a little...
Alright. Didn't even know they made hotel rooms this large. It's great.
Good. I'm glad. Now, I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
Alright, lobby. Like the VIP guest floor.
Oh, so sorry, but you're not actually authorized to visit that floor. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
Hang on a second. Where's the... Yeah, I need to find where you are.
Aha! Oh.
Take me to the lobby for now, please. Oh, yeah, sure. We'll stick with what we got. They're pretty good in terms of the buffs they give me. It's what I sort of lean towards. Oh, she is somewhere else. Oh, I don't know, it vanished for a split second there. Oh, and it's back. Ah, she's outside, is she? Well, okay, let's go find her. Could be useful. Or it could be nothing. I don't know. We've also got a small side quest to do with the thingamajiggamabobby. Ah, you're over... Oh, Christ, why do you take so long to load in? That's very strange. You're over there. Can I even get over that one yet? I don't think I can. Oh, what the...
Nature will out, regardless of man's feeble attempt at control.
Yeah, tell me about it. Someone wasn't manning their posts. So it doesn't look like I can get over to see her yet. That's a shame. Assuming there's nothing in here I can like activate or... No, probably not. Okay, excuse me guys, coming through. Okay, so we can't do that one yet. So let's see where this one. Ah, so it was in here, was it? Although, actually no, look, there is 2. Cool waterproof filter. Investigate the sun parlor. Didn't I look at this? Oh, probably not. Seems Richard is setting me up with a rather straightforward task. Log has an automated mixer for the pool cleaner. If it's an automatic one, I think they wouldn't need to be manually cycled, but I suppose I should be thankful it works at all. Mix the chemicals by cycling each vat, then using the console to create a compound which you have the desired combination. Not exactly building a terraformer here, but no matter how simple these things are, some people still have problems. Good thing I've been at this for as long as I have. So chlorosol is red number 1. Red number 1, green number 2? Sorry, I just had a fucking Resident Evil flashback. So that's why I kind of paused. I was like, hang on a second, this seems an awful lot like Resident Evil. Like when you're mixing up for V-Jolt. Okay. Seems odd to store these chemicals together. Putting some of these together would render that pool less habitable than some of the sulfur pits of Monarch. That's why I decided to hire a professional. So we got that. We've also got to investigate the pool itself. Seems to be something over there. Coming through, guys. Interesting. Why is there someone up there? Let's see, what is that person up there? Hang on, there's some stairs back here. Let's find out. Ooh, hello, who are you?
I saw you meander on out of the pool and into the greenhouse. Now you're here. Does that mean what I think it means?
Read your notes, suffice to say I'm interested? What? Hang on, who? What? Huh? What do you think it means?
Might mean that you can be trusted. Might not. Guess we'll see.
I feel like I've skipped a step here. What the fudge? Isn't this for me? Why go after hotel pool? Not exactly the most high pro. Okay, did I skip a step here? What? Huh? I genuinely, I feel like I've missed something because I don't remember reading a note in regards to anything else.
Maybe not. Maybe I just want Rizzo's working relationship with Slug to implode for the benefit of Spacer's choice. But you're right, it ain't high profile. And it ain't gotta be. Any damage to Rizzo's is cause for celebration. You ain't gotta concern yourself with my spite. Consider me an average Byzantine, and I'll consider you an average contractor.
Okay, I guess I'm in?
That's great to hear. Or grand, as the Byzantines are so fond of saying. Not that I ain't one. There's a chemical mixing machine in the greenhouse that has more than a few volatile chemicals. Mix them and render that pool unusable. Anything that ain't a cleaner should do. Dump the mix into the pool, then find somebody in Slug and tell them you did it for Rizzo's. That'll get those damn bastards into some red water. Dandy.
Okay, hang on a second. What the fuck just happened? As I said, I feel like I skipped a step. Those employees journal an opportunity to freelance at speed on the balcony. No, I didn't. Did I? That's what I mean when I say I felt like I skipped a step. I don't remember seeing, hang on a sec. Where was this apparent note? Because I read this. Oh, no. Beneath the entry is a note written different. Any opportunity for freelance to read this should meet in the hotel balcony. Huh. So he wants me to sabotage it. Why? So I guess he's just someone working for the competition who wants this place to not have a pool. I guess that could have been a bit better explained. I need to pay more attention to these sodding notes, clearly. Here's the thing, I was so distracted by the Resident Evil comparison that I didn't think to finish the note. I didn't think it was going to be important. So apparently there's some other stuff I've got to look at? I don't know.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Really? Never attachment for bringing chemicals to any pool. So I'm gonna scratch the sentence. Irion was here. Okay. So hang on, timeline discrepancy?
Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer used in the purpleberry orchards. The other 20% is semblant of pool water.
Interesting.
Say again. It's like
I'm gonna attempt to make some pool
all sounds right
cleaner.
by me.
100 science. You'll be paying me, of course, the more it is over, the better.
Sorry, did you say something? I couldn't hear over the smell.
I was thinking maybe I could turn the guy in or something. So, do I get like a choice on this, or his employees reveal method of the big madness? He's color and number coded the chemicals to create various mixtures. Should be possible to recreate a pool cleaner using chemical mixture in the sun parlor. Okay. And the guy up there wants me to sabotage the whole thing. Let's go back and talk to him again. Because as I say, I feel like I kind of did this thing slightly out of order by going to the sun place first. Let's see if he's got anything else he wants to say to me. Get a fuller picture on this.
How's our little...
Oh, nothing yet. Still trying to find not the best choice for causing trouble. Get it?
Corporate humor. Clever. So clever, I might even think twice about telling our lawyers and having you litigated into the aether. Maybe you should get back on that job,
Wanted to ask you something. It's a very particular reason why you're going after Rizzles. How are you liking the hotel?
It's a lot of good land wasted on high rungers. Should build a factory here. Or better yet, knock the whole place down and give it to us. Of course, one way or another, I wouldn't get to work there anyhow. But a man can fantasize.
Alright, so he wants me to sabotage it, or I could just make it clean, I guess? I kind of want to just make it clean, I think. Because why not? Because it's a pool? Who doesn't like a pool? Alright, so what we got to do is you got to get the blue water coloring, chlorinol and hydrogenated defoamer, which is red, blue, and orange apparently, or 1, 4, and 5. Wait a minute. Yellow, blue. Oh, wait, hang on. 1, 5. 4, 1. Ah, so they only have 3 numbers each. So you're the only one who can do 5. What was it? 1, 4, 1, 4, and 5. I think that should do it. Oh, good. That easy, huh? Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Oh, thanks a million, Inspector. The smell cleared right up. Well, in a couple hours, the guests... Of course, we're not gonna get a follow-up shipment for the water anytime soon, so they'll have to content themselves on the deck. I got a little something for making my job that much less miserable. It's the key to our storeroom. If my boss asks, you never met me.
Ooh. We both know we're worth a little more than that.
I guess I can spare a few bits. And, here, this pack of smokes. Sorry, they don't really load me up. I gotta get...
Okay, sweet. I didn't realize there was, another one here. Oh, yay, look at that. Oh, what? Wow, 2%? My god, you are so generous. Oh, well, better than nothing, I guess. I do like that, the idea of that. Like, this is the pool. Because of course it is. Because of course it is. Right, okay, so we've got that. Journal. And actually we want to go to quests. And I can't do that one yet because I can't get there. So I guess we'll just stick to you for now. Looks like we're going over this way. And he, I'm sure, is pissed, but I don't care.
Maybe you haven't heard, but we're in the middle of a lockdown. No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchard, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Fergus. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right here. Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want?
You're okay? You sound a little tightly wound.
Tightly wound? Tightly wound? Damn right, I'm fine. Going to my calm place. There's peace and quiet, and none of my sprat fucking subordinates can bother me. On behalf of Slug, I'd like to apologize for that outburst, as well as all of my future outbursts. Yes, I'm a little wound up. You would be too. Between the landing pad, lockdowns, gate closures, and constant questions from angry guests, I've got a lot on my plate. And if that don't beat all, one of my crew is AWOL.
Ooh, sounds like a quest. Missing person? I'm actually an inspector. I could look into that for you.
If you're serious, I'd appreciate the help. He's been missing a few days, and we're low on staff as it is.
What do I need to know?
The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than stand here and look tough. Friendly type. Well-behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but O'Connell's not really the type. He was last stationed at the Wilderness checkpoint. I'd search there first.
Okay, I'll get on that. So I'll get on that right now, as it's a side quest. Wilderness checkpoint. Oh. Alright, let's see what we got. Run. Alright, we gotta go inside, maybe? I don't know why it's down underneath. Oh, it's that building. Yes, this one did actually have a downstairs. That explains a lot, actually. Oh, how do we know to go here? Let's see the wilderness checkpoint. Ah. Everyone's... Oh, I've already read that. That's why. That's why I had to get into that building. Don't you hate it when quests do that? Slug employee schedule under the crew C, Purple Orchard, and connector compress. I want to scratch out the name and place it with Evan O'Connell. Huh. Interesting. So wait. Everyone have extra work duty at the connector complex. Running out if he showed up should have established timeline for his appearance. Okay. So we're basically following his trail. Makes sense. Well, looks like we gotta go over there anyway, so yay. Interesting to see what this place actually is now.
I hope the murderer is caught.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it one step at a time, please. Alright. Based on the amount of lag I'm getting at the moment, I'm guessing it's loading. Excuse me. Cool. Well, we made it across. I guess that's a start. Ooh. I wasn't expecting to suddenly run into marauders.
Take a hit. Don't mess with us.
Why marauders all of a sudden? I didn't know there were supposed to be marauders here.
Here we go. Done.
Okay.
I smell blood!
Looks like we're doing it!
Flying hit, Captain.
That's the last of him!
Should be. Well, that might explain why they've lost contact with people over here if the marauders are...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The garb on this security guard identifies him as a member of the Rizzo's Corporation. His rank would have been that of Jawbreaker or higher. This security guard has experienced premature expiration. Evidence strongly suggests a conflict with marauders.
I doubt Rizzo's would ever shed a tear over him.
No, but that's why we can. Alright, so this has taken a turn into the dramatic all of a sudden. I mean, I'm not entirely surprised.
Security Officer Danvers, nightly report number 27. No sign of trouble, but I'm on the lookout. If it's out there, I'll find it. Wait, I think I see someone. Approaching now. Excuse me, sir or madam. I require your participation in my nightly security report.
Interesting. This might be a clue to something else, but I'm not sure what. Okay, what we got?
Easy.
Very easy. Alright. Okay, well, I have noticed it's gone 5, so we'll take another break and we'll continue our little investigation later. I don't know how long this DLC is. Last DLC took me...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Indeed. Last DLC took me, what was it, 3 sessions? Maybe 4? I don't remember. It wasn't, like, gigantic, but it was... Again. Okay, well, we'll deal with those when we get back. So, yeah. Back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Alright, so there were some things going on around here that I apparently needed to look at. Yoink. Let me grab that.
This guard also expired prematurely following a violent encounter with marauders.
Death removes that which we worked so hard to create in life, a shell to protect us from pain. But it is this shell, this self, that is the cause of all our suffering. He is now free.
You say so. And there was one more. Ooh, hello. Okay, only percent was 37 times their hands after engine parts. Associated chemicals and cause delirium and lightheadedness. Makes sense. Maintenance logs. Top coolant should be set for another week. Coolant levels drop faster than expected. I fitted the tanks back up, but I keep an eye on them. Looks like we've lost coolant overnight. Must be a slow leak like the tanks or piping. Requesting authorization for a full inspection from EAC management. No answer on my request. Must have attached the wrong header, or maybe I see the wrong sub-department. Trying again. My inspection request is still pending. We're still leaking coolant. Just gonna look myself over. I should know what the worst they can do to me. Oh, probably quite a lot now in this lot. Something got guests wandering the premises last night. I explained empty bottles and cigarette stubs. The problem is they tend to wander off the side in the dark, and then the hotel management has to run in circles trying to get payments for the days the guest is delinquent. Alright. I'll assign the security officer to have a patrol after dark. Interesting. There was something in here, wasn't there?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh, something up there. Can we even get up there? I don't know. Can I? Let's see.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Doink.
This card also expired prematurely following a violent encounter with marauders.
Well, that's something, I guess. So this is like a halfway stopping off point between, yeah, the actual orchard place and everywhere else. I wonder why that's specifically curving that bridge. Feels very deliberate. I don't know. It's very strange. Alright, what we got? Bunch of stuff. You.
Hey, Chrissy. It's Amelia. Evan must have gotten into the Spectrum in these crates. Listen to this.
Come out! Come out to play!
Wow. He's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off. I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
So what was all this about? I thought it might be connected to the other thing, but apparently not. Huh. So is this where all the coolant was going? But why? Looks like brief whiff. The contents make your head swim. Bit random, but alright.
Nicely done.
Connect the complex maintenance terminal key card. Don't know why I'm gonna need that, but I might, so I guess that's the thing. So it looks like someone's sort of an illegal operation making blue stuff. Breaking Bad reference, possibly. Alright, so he got... So the other guy got drunk, got dragged all the way over there. Was this the thing with... Connect the complex maintenance. Yeah, okay, so it was the key card for this place. So it seems like, yeah, someone was stealing the coolant, turning it into that stuff, whatever the hell it was. I don't know if that's a miscellaneous objective or if that's going to be connected to something else and larger, but let's go back over here. Because it looks like someone got a tad drunk and needed to cool off. where what's her name went, because I should probably tell her about the whole Marauder situation. In fact, she probably already knows. Ding. Can I go? How do I get down?
Aha! Always.
Alright, never mind. I need to find a way down. What was the... hang on, was it someone I know? Amelia Stillwell escorted Evan to room A2 on the lower level. Sleep off whatever was affecting him. Is that you? No, you're Halston. Alright, gotta find the way down. Where's the map? There's gotta be a way down somewhere. Ah. Here. Service editor is out of order. Will be for the foreseeable future. Please use the stairs to transport all equipment to and from employee according to further notice. Additional luminance will be dispensed for those with whose back pain becomes too severe to continue providing the impeccable service the hotel is known for. Oh, fair enough. Looks like I'm allowed here at least. Oh, that's all mine.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use currently at 92.9%.
Turn the stove on. Seems like a workplace hazard. How hasn't Slug caught this?
Searching Slug work logs. No work log found. Creating conjecture. Slug has likely not fixed this issue due to a lack of responsibility on the part of their employees.
Sounds about right. Is this normal?
Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to company property. Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, does not. That or the employees tasked with inspecting are shirking their duties. For shame.
I probably shouldn't turn the stove on. Fair enough. Although it looks perfectly clean now. Well, okay then.
Terribly sorry, but I can't chat just now. Someone on the second VIP level just ordered 15 canid meat pies, and if I don't get to it now, it'll be my head.
Inspector just got some questions for you about the murder.
I understand your devotion to your job. Really, I do. And I hope you'll understand mine. Things might change if you had something very particular to talk to me about, but I'm afraid I'm just too busy to talk right now. I'd be delighted to chat with you later.
Okay, noted. I may well have something more important later, but for now, let's head down.
I hope you catch the killer soon, Inspector. I don't want to see the Grand Colonial shut down. Something mighty strange went on earlier.
What happened? Norval get his cap stuck in the toilet again?
Not today. I was carrying a bag up to the second VIP guest floor earlier. Even for our guests, it was spectacularly heavy.
Wow, exciting.
I wasn't finished. I took a bad step and dropped it. Know what spilled out? Rocks. Whoever owned it was just making me carry it around for fun.
Wow. I'd believe that. Congratulations, employee. You have been rewarded 1 free tour of Rizzo's distillation of the station. Total logging 10,000 hours of service at the Rizzo's family. Huh. That's nice. Virginia volunteer engineer. Huh. Fair enough. Bunch of other miscellaneous stuff. Right, so this place is pretty big, actually, all things considered. I suppose we'll just go through the areas bit by bit and see what we can find.
Got it. Heads down.
Also, I just wanted the experience.
You're a deft hand with a knife pick.
I like to think I am. Getting lockpick up to 100 is very good. This is... Oh, hi.
Me oh my, how exciting to see anything.
It doesn't look like you've got anything new, but hey, nice to know that this place isn't completely sealed off and you are allowed out of here. It's the kind of gag I would totally expect this game to pull, but apparently not.
Get anything good for lunch?
Just regular bellhops, nothing special. Why is there... Everyone knows, please excuse the mess. Working hard to remove all the valuable treasures our valued guests have misplaced into our pipes. As per usual, items recovered from the sewers inhaler will automatically be auctioned off at the start of the month of employee of the Grand Colonial Hotel. And the sanctuary material we auction off as well. Ew. It's just, this is the toilet where everything ends up. We may have to come back here. That could be important later. Seems like someone flushing evidence down the loo. That's usually a thing in these sorts of scenarios. So I may come back here later.
Of course the hotel don't give their workers a decent living. Why would they? That'd be, you know, decent. Incoming! Woo! We all in one piece?
Well, that was a thing that can happen. Alright, what do we got? There's a storeroom down here by the looks. Just a couple of rabid sprats as opposed to the standard ones. Happens all the time. Just the generator, huh? Alright. Oh, access door controls. We've got that. Accessing success. Engine note you've accessed the Bob Mott's personal minimal effort door control protocol. If you're in this message, you are not Bob Mott's. Exit this console immediately and do not enter my personal quarters. Okay. Excellent. Time to root. Messages. Notice of termination. Robert, this is informing you that tampering with the hotel property is unacceptable. In order to be authorized to repair the malfunctioning time clock, I know you are eager to avail yourself of Rizzo's free tour in exchange for 10,000 hours on the clock, but you've forgotten where your loyalties lie. By accepting the free tour, you would have unwittingly agreed to become part of the Rizzo's family. You're Slug, not Rizzo's. Or rather, you were Slug. I'm disappointed in you, Robert. Consider this message your termination notice. Oh dear. Uh-huh. Interesting. Well, sucks to be him, I guess. It was C something or other, but we'll go down the rows. I think it was C4? Something like that. Oop, that was technically stealing. I didn't realize until after I'd done it. Never mind. That's not stealing, however. That's a dead body, so that's fine. That means all this stuff is mine, because why wouldn't it be? To my concern, I don't understand why I deserve to be terminated. I was your engineer. I fixed things. Your time clock was malfunctioning. You were logging 1 hour for every 10 I put in. How is that fair? Yes, I admit I wanted that free tour of the distillery. I put in my 10,000 hours, and I deserve to wet my throat with a little Spectrum Violet. I didn't know accepting the free tour meant I'd join Rizzo's family. You know I can't read fine print ever since that welding accident. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Catch a freighter back to the groundbreaker. Sublight won't pick me up. So I guess that means I'm going to talk to Mr. Livero hand in hat and beg him to employ me. Sorry, I take that back. I won't have my hand in my hat. Turn that in while the rest of my personals. It's a stupid hat anyway. Well, very sorry about that. Actually, I'm not. I don't really care. Why is it just... Apparently there's a sprat of unusual size here. That is a very unusually sized sprat, I will be honest. Where did it even does that? That's the loo. Coming through. Hello, sprats.
Heads up, boss!
Oh, was that? Oh wow, you got a lot of
I was
points.
just getting started.
Fair enough. Open sesame. What was that? Was that a backpack? Some sort of mod? I always forget about the mods in this game. The thing is, you can play this game so minimally, you barely need to do anything in it. Which is both really good and not, because it means you don't have to interact with half the stuff. I've eaten the purple berries which were in the refrigerator and which you were probably saving for breakfast. They were awful. Fair enough. He's all stealing frozen dinner.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Is there?
This collection of frozen food has not been restocked in some time. Many of these items are not available in the Grand Colonial and must have been brought in from outside. The fridge was transported here from one of the guest bedrooms upstairs.
That's random, but okay. I'm really just robbing from a bunch of people who don't have a lot to start with. I probably should stop, but I can't. Parasite. Random. Alright, let's check the... Apparently we can't open that door. No way in either by the looks of it. How am I supposed to get in there? Ah. Aha. Okay, Sanji's no service request to fix AP's faulty door. DP apologized for not following proper protocols with this informal request, but my terminal is broken. Too broken to submit a service request form to fix it. I normally would never throw my nose at our standard operating procedures, but I've been stuck in this room for several days now, and I believe I will likely starve to death quite soon. So, wow, half-eaten bellhop. Oh god. Trace amounts of sweat all over in the current stump. On my arm indicates the starving bellhop fed the starving creature with her flesh, saying she was unwilling to eat herself first. Okay.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it. The door's stuck. And I know I need to write a service request, but I can't get it under the door. Is anyone there?
Oh, because there was no under the door, because that's not how these doors work. Wow. That's quite bad. Oh, Christ, I'm not reading all of that. No.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, I've detected a structural anomaly within a 0.8 meter radius of this locked door.
Narrow it down for me.
This floor panel is 0.3 millimeters shorter than regulation length, suggesting unauthorized modification.
Hey.
Here they come. Don't mess with the best.
Right. Wasn't expecting that. Wasn't there someone, like, talking to me?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis confirms this is Evan O'Connell. Analysis also confirms he is dead.
No shit. Cause?
Per additional study of this body's skeletal structure, the cause of death was head trauma.
Head trauma?
Further analysis indicates Evan's fatal injuries were sustained from blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, and his head collided with the ground.
He took a bad fall and cracked his head open?
Respiratory analysis concludes Evan was not intoxicated at time of death. There are traces of blood on Evan's hands, Inspector.
Interesting. Sounds like Evan might have been doing a little brawling.
Analysis concludes this blood is human, type A. Medical records indicate Evan O'Connell's blood is type O.
I bet money Amelia's type A.
Medical records indicate Amelia Stillwell's blood is indeed type A. Great work, Inspector.
Guess it's time we talk with Miss Stillwell.
If you wish to question Amelia Stillwell, Slug's scheduling records indicate that she is presently on duty at the Pilot House checkpoint.
Interesting. Alright then, so that's a little more information. So we could have... I do wonder if this inspector thing is meant to make up for the fact that some people might not have the best stats. Because sometimes it does seem to tell you the answer even though you don't have the stats to be able to do it. Which is an interesting way to do things. I'll take everything you've got.
Impressive as always.
I know I am. I know. Inventory looking at 120 we're fine. Crew quarters terminal. A 207 underground under noses here. Atmospheric complex is under lockdown. You know everything is under control. Situation is normal. Just a small weapons malfunction. It's like gas canister combustion. Workplace hazard, really. Maybe you'd actually trained us instead of making it over time. Shouting your overinflated head off. Slug will need to buy itself a new wall. Explosion near the generator room. Interesting. If I need to get into the generator room, there might be a hole nearby. So this ought to be interesting. Hello.
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Can I help you with something?
You're asking a question regarding your co-worker Evan O'Connell.
Sure. He in trouble or something?
Depends. Can you be in trouble if you're not alive anymore? Dying on corporate property is tricky. I'm afraid he's dead.
You're kidding! Evan's dead? That doesn't... I don't understand. Can I ask what happened?
You tell me, you're the one who took him to A2.
Because he got drunk on the job. He was supposed to haul crates with me, but he was sauced. So I took him to the hotel to sleep it off. Left him on one of the beds in A2. He seemed fine.
Amelia, I know something bad happened to you in A2.
You won't believe me if I tell you.
Well, I found a giant slug on Evan's body. Your case is already pretty unbelievable.
You what? Well, shit. Maybe you will believe me. I walked Evan to A2, like I said. And then, out of nowhere, he just came at me. One minute he's laughing and yelling about sharing his joy. And the next, he's choking the life out of me. Grinned the whole time he was trying to kill me, too.
How'd you get away?
Dumb luck, I guess. I got a good hit in, threw him off, and ran like hell. If I'd known the fall killed him, I don't know. I should have told someone. What do you want to know?
Why didn't you tell anyone?
Because Evan would never attack anyone. I barely believe he attacked me, and I was there. Guess it shook me up pretty good. Evan's always been a total sweetheart. I don't get it.
So, do we actually have an infestation of brain parasites? Is that what's going on here?
I can't help you there.
Damn it, not enough intimidate. If Evan was a victim of this, we have to find out what happened.
Have you been to Purpleberry Orchards, Inspector? Awfully nice out there. You should visit.
Thanks for the tip.
Anytime.
Okay. You said everyone was drunk, but didn't find any alcohol in the system.
Law, this is making less and less sense. I didn't actually see him drink, if that's what you're asking. Just seemed like the logical explanation, considering how weird he was acting.
Weird how?
Real energetic, but also totally out of it. He was grinning like a fool the whole time, even when he attacked me.
How are you doing?
I don't know. The whole thing shook me up something fierce, but I'm still here. I'm upset. Angry at Evan. Sad about him being... scared folks won't believe me. I'm not much for math, so I couldn't tell you how that averages out. But thanks for asking. So, what happens now, Inspector?
I'm not here to get you in trouble. Oh, just want to untangle the web.
Fair enough. I just wish I could understand why he did what he did. Evan is... he was my friend. Or I thought he was. I don't know. I hope you're able to make more sense of this than I can, Inspector.
Interesting. Okay. Looks like we gotta go back through here then.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Yeah, fine so far, thanks. Oh hey, this place is open. It wasn't open last time I was here. And everything's owned because of course it is. Ooh. Looking down, something bad was transpired in the hotel. Scars raking, which can be one thing. Perhaps be security enough to massive void down pain in my posterior. Well, here, given her report. Boss, eat it. Bottle inspection, Ingo, don't touch it, it's mine. Fair enough. Tow bridge. Oh. Apparently I hacked the safe. Didn't even see there was a safe. Oh, here's the safe. That's all red stuff anyway. I don't need it. Right, this ought to be interesting.
Inspector, you find my missing man?
Yeah. He's dead. Well, I told you said you'd have some advice.
Oh, thank the law you're here about the pool. That crucial thing that isn't my job to fix. And that if you want advice, here it is. Don't talk. I put him on pool duty to keep.
Right, fair enough.
Shit. That's fucking inconvenient. What happened? Oh, shit. I gotta tell you, Evan's never been written up for so much as an impolite look. He attacked her? You sure?
I'm satisfied she was telling the truth.
Damn. Okay.
What happened was tragic, but definitely not a crime. Oh yeah, also was covered in some slugs when I found him.
That's unusual, but I don't see how that factors in.
Me either, but I intend to find out.
Good for you. That's a nice go-getter attitude you got there. I hope you do figure it out, but my involvement ends here. I gotta figure out who the fuck's replacing Evan. We're short-staffed as it is. A new day, a new pain in my ass.
Fair enough. Ooh. Big amounts coming in. Hey. Okay. Yeah, we're almost up at level 35. I'm assuming that's where the new cap is going to be. That's a guess, though, so, you know, it is what it is. Right, okay, let's get back on the trail. Very much seem to imply something going on about slugs over here. I'm like, do we actually have mind-controlling parasites running around this place? Because that could be a problem. That could be a big fucking problem. I've read Animorphs. I know how that shit ends. Alright. Now looks like I've still bought those. Okay, you haven't regenerated yet. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so we've got to go across, right across here. Ow. Right, let's see what we've got in the purple berry orchards, shall we? Ooh, lovely place. What's with the symbol above your head? You've kind of got a slug on your neck, you know that, right?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's Rizzo's! Welcome to the Purpleberry Nut Hut, you wonderful, wonderful customer. Thank you for giving my humble existence value.
No one can give you value. It is yours intrinsically. You just need notice it. But you seem happy regardless.
I sure am. Good lamps you got on you to take notice.
What's that thing on your neck?
Oh, that? I call it my little passenger. I don't know why. The name just appeared in my head when this thing showed up on my neck.
I can try to cut it off you if you like.
Don't you dare! Or I'll cut something off you!
Okay.
Gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. I just felt this urge to protect my little passenger, even if it means hurting you.
That's not normal behavior, definitely.
Couple of days. Ever since it showed up, I've been feeling happier and happier. I really can't imagine life without my little passenger.
Where'd you find him?
I don't know. It just appeared one day. I guess I just picked it up while working in the orchards. Sometimes I wonder how it showed up, and I start to worry. But worrying feels bad, and I hate feeling bad. So I don't worry about it.
Okay.
Now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple somethings? Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
Yeah, what have you got? Just booze and stuff, nothing serious. Okay, fair enough.
Our alcohol stocks are larger than ever. Welcome to the...
What
Now,
else have you got? Anything you can tell me about the orchards?
I'm so glad you asked. The orchards are my third favorite subject, with my first being Rizzo's refreshing drinks and my second being Rizzo's toothsome confectionaries. Our orchards are the source of 63% of Rizzo's total produce, which correlates to 112% of fresh goods throughout all of Halcyon. Give or take a few percent, of course. If you want to know more about each part of the orchards, might I recommend one of our fantastic tours? One of our options is even audio guided as a special bonus feature.
I might be interested in that.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Our tours are my fourth favorite subject. Every part of the orchards is so rich with Rizzo's lore. Buy a tour ticket and anoint yourself with knowledge.
Sure. What are my options?
We have 3 tour options: Premium, Premium Plus, and the Golden Ticket. Each option is wonderful in its own special way. Premium includes a 10-minute pass to the Sprat Petting Zoo. Premium Plus comes with the novelty Purpleberry and Amber, and the Golden Ticket is audio-guided in addition to being self-guided.
Sure, I'll buy a ticket.
Which kind would you like?
Golden ticket?
You're in luck. We have one left.
Of course you do.
Normally there are 100 bits, but seeing how I'm sold out of everything else, I can give it to you for just 90. How does that sound?
Sure.
That's great. Thank you so much.
I'm willing to bet this is a quest or something. Halcyon Helen was in the orchard before she died. Have you seen her?
No, I'm sorry. The only celebrity who shopped recently is Black Hole Birdie. Quite the affable man, as it so happens. And the stories are wrong. He could probably lift 2 benches of tossball players at once, not just one. Laws, not just affable, but virile, too. Ooh, wait a minute. Now that his beau's dead, that means Birdie's single. Maybe I'll strike up a little more than conversation the next time he comes by.
You do know he's a suspect, right?
Oh my! Birdie, a murderer? Well, everyone has their flaws. I'll be sure not to bring it up on our first date.
Right. Goodbye. Wow. Okay. This is weird. What is this?
Here we have the Rizzo's Purpleberry Nut Hut.
Wait, it's called the Nut Hut?
All manner of cool drinks and sweet treats are available at nominal cost to slake your thirst and satiate your hunger. These include, but are not limited to, Rizzo's Nanner Spank Fresh, Spanks Even Harder, Rizzo's Ground Up, Pound Up fruit drinks made with mostly berries and twigs, and Rizzo's Mini Purpleberry Sweet Balls. We hope your visit here will stifle any
Fair enough. Right, I get the feeling anybody with a slug in their neck is probably going to go evil by the end of this DLC. We're probably going to have to deal with something like that. Almost certainly. People with slugs in their neck tend to turn bad at some point.
Maybe I could hold up my end if your people weren't sabotaging my operations.
Hello, you look familiar. Hello.
Sorry, can't talk. We're busy having a very tedious conversation.
And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had to bust my Insta coffee maker too? The nerve.
Hold that asinine thought. Who was this armed stranger who just wandered into your office? Back up for a fight you can't finish?
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know this lass. I think it's mightily more likely that she's under your payroll. You'd have burned down what you haven't already.
Whatever it is, payroll, which is not to say I can't be. I'm here to investigate a murder. Go about your business.
I see. Just a visitor then. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your orchards.
Well, shame that you're trying to change that. Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, stranger. There's just been some trouble here of late. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway, and I'm in charge of these orchards. Though it seems like certain groups, which will remain unnamed, are trying to change that. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the usual, at least. Something I can do for you?
You mentioned sabotage?
Yeah. Just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the orchard subcontracted security work from Slug. You know, keep the malcontents on staff from causing too much trouble. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and the recent uptick in worker accidents, we just ain't got the budget for security. And, of course, Slug has decided that instead of being reasonable, they're just gonna sabotage our operations until we start paying them again.
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's were short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Slug is sabotaging us. I ain't paying until they come clean.
If you want, I can figure out what's going on.
Thank the law. Some good news. You hear that, lapdog? Truth's coming. Better fess up while you still can outside of an interrogation room.
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat on whom you can pin your own incompetence, I suspect you'll be disappointed. But what do I know? I suppose it's up to your new hiree.
Tell me more.
I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you up.
I think...
How's the investigation?
Come on, just give me more information. Still looking. What time did you ask me?
Well, so...
Come on, let me get to the questions. Any leads on the nursery? What happened? Yeah, tell me more.
Got a lot of dead saplings that'll cost us a lot of bits. I've got a feeling someone poisoned them somehow. The mechanicals were hacked. They're pretty much running amok. If you could keep from destroying too many, I'd be obliged. Would save us a lot. That said, you might want to be careful. Those things are built to take on waspitos, and waspitos are generally tougher to kill than people. Just something to keep in mind. The tower processing console is completely fried. Whoever took it out must have used some kind of explosive.
Interesting. Alright, what about you? You got anything for me?
I'm sorry you had to come in on such a brusque conversation. Not everyone appreciates the work Slug does on Eridanos.
Especially not folk that Slug is trying to extort.
Alright, it seems I need to say it yet again. We're not stomping upon your purple berries or knocking your workers off the planetoid. All we want is for you to pay your dues.
And I want you to stop setting our exterminator mechanicals loose and breaking our machinery.
This is how the conversation has gone for the last hour and a half. As you can see, it hasn't been terribly productive. Well, he's being difficult, as you've no doubt seen. All I'm here to do is enforce an agreed-upon business relationship. But our friend here is disinclined to settle.
Don't tell me to settle. Why don't you settle?
Yes, I'll be sure to do that. I know what you must be thinking, but no, I'm not here to atomize his kneecaps. I just want Slug to get what we're owed.
Any truth to the sabotage? Is an official arrangement with Rizzo's?
Much as we love giving the bureaucrats 29% of our profits, technically not. Official contracts have some rather obscene fees and documentation. Instead, our company's opted for a non-official manager's agreement. I'm just here to make certain our friend over there pays on time. If I hear that question one more time, I swear. Look, we just want to get paid. Hampering our clients' productivity is not a good way to get paid. In fact, it's bad business.
Yeah, that does actually make sense.
Yes, I think we've spoken enough.
Alright. Seen any signs of Halcyon Helen?
Nope. Sorry, but this is the first I've visited this area in over a month. Shame about Helen. Liked her movies.
I don't buy it. A real fan would have had more agony in his voice.
Celebs as big as Helen always seem to elicit strong binary opinions in people. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Alright, fair enough. Alright, so we do have another little quest to deal with. Interesting. Why is the map taking so long to load? Might be a bug, probably a patch soon. Alright, so we've got a few buildings dotted around to check out. This, that, and the other. Interesting. So yeah, we've started. We have officially started. I'm going to leave it here for today for, obvious reasons, the fact that it's practically 6 o'clock. Yeah, we're back. It honestly doesn't really feel like I left.
Trees. Guess you learn something new every day.
Oh, apparently so. But yeah, I'm kind of curious where this is going with like the brain controlling parasites and like everything else that's going on. Honestly, no idea really. But so we got the 3 areas all the way over there. Yeah, so we'll see what's going on with that. All right, so yeah, but we'll have to do that in the next session, which will of course be, Sunday. So this will be back on Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow with some breathage, hopefully. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. As I say, it's sort of good to be back, and we'll see where it goes. There's a lot of little threads dotted around here, and I'm kind of curious about it. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see ya. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.